What's going on, guys? Welcome to yet another edition of the SHTF Survival Series. You guys have just seen some amazing videos from some amazing content creators. Thanks for staying on board with us. We're going to cap it off right now, hopefully with what you find to be a very useful and informative review on a phenomenal little carry pistol. And my question to you is, could this be worthy of being your next everyday carry? Stay tuned. All right, guys, Pistol Packing Pilot's back. We have right here a Shadow Systems CR920. The gun is safe. Magazine is empty. Nothing in the well. Nothing in the barrel. The gun is safe. I just picked up this gun a couple of months ago. Obviously, it's a Shadow Systems. They are based out of Plano, Texas. I love the company. I am not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I have no affiliate links to drop in a description. I have nothing to sell you. My DR920, which you've seen in a previous video, is my new nightstand gun. It's that friggin' good. The CR920, which is this weapon, is basically Shadow Systems' answer to the Glock 43. Shadow Systems is a 100% American-made company. Every single part in this pistol that you see, externally and internally, is made here in America. The majority, if not all of the employees from Shadow Systems are veterans, law enforcement officers, good conservative individuals. And the best part about Shadow Systems, in my opinion, is if you're involved in a self-defense shooting, even if it's 100% justified, we all know the first thing that's going to happen is bye-bye pistol. Police are going to take it. That's just the name of the game. Shadow Systems is the only company that will give you a brand new gun. They do not want you out there with nothing to carry to protect yourself. And if you've used one of their firearms to protect yourself or somebody else, they're going to give you a new pistol. This gun is probably easiest compared to the Glock 43 or the SIG P365. It's actually probably much closer to the SIG P365 in terms of dimensions, but the grip is actually closer to the Glock 43. And with this extended 13-round magazine in the firearm, it fits my hands very well. There is also a 10-round flush fit magazine. For most people, especially me with those big old bear claw hands, your pinky's going to be dangling off without that 13-round extended magazine. Now, the gun features steel combat night sights. As you can see, the rear sights are blacked out. A very, very bright fiber optic front dot, which will fluoresce at night as it is tritium. It has an undercut trigger guard that helps eliminate what a lot of people refer to as Glock knuckle. A match grade 416R spiral fluted 3.41 inch barrel, flat face trigger, which runs at about 4.5 to 5 pounds on its trigger weight. And this particular model is optics ready. The gun MSRP is at $679. So it's comparable to a Glock, probably about $100, $80 to $100 more than a Glock. Now, how is the weapon? I love the ergos on the firearm. I love the stippling on the grip. The slide serrations, both in the front and the rear, are absolutely phenomenal. Of course, we have the rail for a light or light laser combo I believe the magazine release is reversible. I'm obviously right-handed, but I believe you can swap it out and pop it in here on this side if you are a lefty. Obviously the trigger, very similar to a Glock, except 10,000 times better. Striker-fired pistol. There's your 4.5 to 5 pound break. Gun cycles. Crisp, audible reset on that trigger. And your second shot. Great trigger for a striker-fired pistol. Not the best trigger that I have ever fired, but it's a very, very good trigger. How does the gun perform at the range? Well, guess what? Like I'm doing with all of my gun reviews from now on, I have some range footage that I will rope in right now for you guys to check it out. Okay guys, let's talk about how the firearm performed. I had phenomenally high hopes for this gun. I'm going to do my best to not throw it under the bus too badly. I did have 2 malfunctions, but I only ran 200 rounds through the gun, and this gun is a 200 to a 300 round break-in period. So we are going to talk about where this gun scores on a scale from 1 to 50. However, it is going to lose some points in the reliability department, but I'm not going to be overly critical on it since it was still in the break-in period. I believe what I had were a couple of light primer strikes, which is a little concerning, but I'm not quite done testing it yet. And I can tell you guys right now, spoiler alert, this is not a gun I'm going to carry with me yet because this gun is not proven. I cannot allow a firearm to go click when I need it to go bang. That is the last thing that I ever want to have happen to a gun that I am carrying for self-defense should I ever need it to save my life, to save my wife's life, my kids' lives, or somebody else's life. That is not the time to figure out that your gun is not going to be reliable. So because of that, I have not carried this gun yet. Well, because of that and another reason, but we'll get to that. So as far as reliability, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this gun a 7. I think that's a very, very fair score. Technically, the gun is still in its 200 to 300 round break-in period, which Shadow Systems says the gun requires, so I'm not going to be overly critical, but by the same token, a light primer strike, I know it wasn't the round, guys, because even though I did not find the first round that was the failure to fire, I just kind of instinctively went into my tap rack ready. So gun goes click, tap, rack, and refire. It ejected when I went to my tap rack ready. It ejected the round, and I did not find the first round. I believe the second round to have been a light primer strike. The second round was put back into the firearm, and it did fire the second time. I believe we have a couple of light primer strikes with this pistol. I am not going to contact Shadow Systems yet. I am going to wait until I'm through the 300 round break-in period. I want to get at least 500 rounds through this gun, and I don't want to see any more malfunctions between 200 and 500. If that's the case, I think we can write it off as just a light primer strike for whatever reason. Due to the break-in period, it could have been an issue with the cartridges too, but doubtful. I think it's going to be on the firing pin. That's just my initial opinion. So we're at a 7 for reliability. I may do another review on this gun as I get some more time behind it to see how it breaks in and comes along. But for right now, we're at a 7 on reliability. Accuracy, next category. Out of 10, I'm giving it a 6. I did not shoot this gun very well. I don't know why. And that, my friends, is the second reason I will not carry this gun right now. My everyday carry is still my CZ P10C. I have yet to find a better pistol on this planet, better than the way I have set up my CZ. That is my EDC. That is what I am carrying with me damn near 100% of the time. I don't know if the gun did not like the ammunition that I was running through it. I don't know if I just, I know it's not the sights, because these sights are the same sights that are on my DR 920, and I shoot the DR very well. So I don't really know exactly why I didn't shoot this gun as well as I shoot almost every single other pistol that I own. I didn't shoot it horribly, but I didn't shoot it great. And when you throw in the adrenaline, the body's fight or flight response, when you're in a matter of life and death, you don't need a pistol that you just shoot okay. You need a pistol that you are comfortable with and you shoot better than any other gun that you own. And that's the one that you should be carrying. Because once you get your heart racing and your heart's going to elevate to 170 or 180 beats per minute as your body goes into that massive adrenaline dump, a lot of things, physiological changes happen to your body. Tunnel vision, auditory exclusion, things move in slow motion. It's a very scary place to be. So you don't need anything else compromising on an already shitty situation. Next category is ergos, guys. Ergonomics. Great ergos. I like the ergos. Are they the best ergos I've ever felt? No. Are they really, really fucking good for a gun of this size and stature? Yes, especially with this 13-round extended magazine. And even with this extended magazine in here, it does not make the grip excessively long. It's still very, very concealable, and it's not going to print, obviously, either. So ergos, we're going to give this gun an 8 out of 10. Shootability, guys, it's a fun gun to shoot. I actually really enjoyed shooting this gun. It was a really fun gun to shoot. I thought it shot well, except for the couple of little reliability issues that I had with it, which are still obviously in that break-in period. Some of the accuracy issues that I had with it, like I said, I don't want to put that necessarily on the gun. That could have been me. I'm trying to give this gun as fair of a shake and as fair of a review as possible. So we're going to go with an 8 on the shootability, 8 out of 10. And finally, guys, affordability. Like I said, the gun MSRP is at $679 for the Combat. This is the Combat Optics Ready. I paid a little bit more money for this gun. I think it might have been about $100 more. And yes, I am going to buy a Trijicon RMR, and I am going to take it back to the range with an RMR on top of it and see how it performs. With an RMR, I know I can hit a fly at the top of a mountain 100 yards away. If the accuracy does not tighten up, then I'll know that it's on the gun. If the accuracy does tighten up, then I'll know either I just had a off day at the range, or for some reason, I just don't shoot this pistol as well as I shoot a lot of my other pistols. So we got the 3 models. Combat, like I said, this is the Combat Optics Ready, and then there's the Elite. The Elite model is the most expensive one. The only thing the Elite model has that this one doesn't is it has the slide serrations on the top of the slide. It is also an Optics Ready. I don't know what the significance of having slide serrations up here are. I don't really give a shit about that. You can have them here, do your press checks here. You can do your press checks here. I don't really understand why you need serrations on top other than for aesthetic purposes. And it also has the lightning cuts on the slide as well. So you've got the windows cut out. I believe they're cut out right here. It lightens up the slide just a little bit, and you can see that fluted barrel through those windows on the slide. I think that's once again for aesthetic purposes. Is that worth the extra $150 in MSRP? I don't personally think so. If you think it's the coolest looking thing that you've ever seen, then it might be worth it to you to spend the extra money to get the Elite model. I am perfectly happy with the Combat Optics Ready, and there will be an optic coming for this. So on the affordability department, you go with just the basic Combat or the Combat Optics Ready. I think it's competitively priced. It is a little more than a Glock, but I also think that once this gun tightens up, it'll be better than a Glock. So I'm giving it an 8 on the affordability department. That gives us a final score of 37 out of 50. So definitely not the greatest, most awesome gun in the world that I've ever shot, but it's by far from the worst as well. I would put this gun as an above average gun. If you ask me, Triple P, would you buy this gun again? I will give you a very resounding, I don't know. The jury is still out. And you guys know Triple P loves his CZs and he loves his Shadow Systems. But again, even as a Shadow Systems fanboy, I'm doing my best to give you guys a good, well-researched, honest review. And I don't know if I would buy this gun again, guys. I've got to do some more testing. I've got to get some more rounds behind the gun before I can really answer that question. Hopefully this video helps if you're looking for an everyday carry. Hopefully I've given you some information that you will find useful on whether or not this would be a pistol you would be interested in purchasing, or if you would rather go with something else like a Hellcat or a SIG 365 or a Glock 43 or a Glock 48. I mean, there's a million everyday carry pistols out there, and the best one that you can ever carry is the one that you shoot well and the one that is on your side when you need it. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Pistol Packing Pilot, and I am out.